Yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. I figure I'd read a few seasonal appropriate stories and get a bit more into the festivities while we do it. Today's story is going to be the Berenstain Bears Trick or Treat. You'll have to excuse the devil. It can be hard to turn pages with gloves on. The Berenstain Bears Trick or Treat. Oh, it even comes with stickers. I bet your kids will love playing with those after. The Berenstain Bears Trick or Treat by Stan and Jan Berenstain. The sights and sounds of autumn were all around as Mama Bear pushed her shopping cart along the path that led to the Bear family's treehouse. The trees and shrubs were ablaze with color. Farmer Ben's pumpkins stood bright orange in the October sun. The crows cawed noisily as they searched the stubble for bits of corn. Wild geese, in great V formations, honked high in the sky as they flew south. But the surest sign of the season was inside the treehouse, hiding behind Papa Bear's easy chair. It was Brother Bear, waiting to try out his Halloween costume on Mama. It wasn't Halloween yet, but brother and sister couldn't wait to try out the new costumes. Sister was going as a beautiful ballerina. "Well, what do you think?" she asked, taking the third position. "Shh," said brother. "Mama's coming." Brother had chosen to be a spooky monster on Halloween. He bought the spookiest monster mask he could find, and Mama made the rest of the costume. I do think Brother Bear has good taste. "Boo!" he shouted as Mama came in with the groceries. "Help, a monster!" she cried, pretending to be frightened. "It's only me, Mama," he said, showing his face. "So it is," said Mama. "Well, that just goes to show that appearances can be deceiving." "Appearances can be deceiving? What's that mean?" asked Sister. "It's a grown-up way of saying that things aren't always what they look like," explained Mama as she unpacked the groceries. "Look, goodies," said Brother. "Hands off, please," said Mama. "Those are for trick-or-treaters who come to our house tomorrow night." Brother and sister were very excited about Halloween and a little nervous too. This was the first year that they would be going trick or treating without a grown up along to supervise. "I'm not so sure I like the idea of going by themselves," said Papa as he carved the pumpkin he got from Farmer Ben. "It's pretty spooky out there," he added, making a scary face at the cubs. "Now, Papa," said Mama, "if brother and sister want to accept the challenge of going on their own, I think we should encourage them. But remember," she continued, turning to the cubs, "there'll be strict rules. You'll stay in your own neighborhood and you won't eat any of the treats until you're back home." "Besides," said Brother, "we won't really be by ourselves. We made a trick or treat date with Cousin Freddie, Lizzie Bruin, and Queenie McBear." "There," said Papa, putting the finishing touches on the jack o' lantern. Then he lit the candle inside and turned out all the lights. It was pretty scary. The next day, brother and sister began planning the trick or treat route they'd follow that night. Brother got a pencil and paper and made a map of the neighborhood. That way, he explained, they wouldn't miss anybody. "Let's see now," he said. We'll stop at our houses first. Ours, Freddie's, Lizzie's, and Queenie's. Then we'll do Farmer Ben's and our sister's, Miss Grizzle. Miss Grizzle for sure, agreed Sister. She usually makes special Halloween cookies. And Teacher Jane, she gives out good stuff. How about Dr. Grizzly? Asked Brother. She's into health snacks. I think so, just to be polite, said Sis. Gramps and Gran, of course. Of course. I'll tell you one place we are going to miss, said Brother, folding his map. What place is that? Asked Sister. That one, he answered, pointing out the window at the home of old Miss McGriz. It was a spooky, twisted old tree house in a thicket at the end of the crooked lane. We're definitely not going there, he added with a shiver. Why ever not? Asked Mamma, who was listening. Why not? Said the cubs. Because she's a witch. That's why not. Well, that is a pretty spooky treehouse. What utter nonsense, protested Mamma. True, Miss McGriz is old and bent and rather forbidding looking, but I can assure you she's a perfectly nice person. But the cubs didn't believe her. Not for 1 minute. They knew better. Everybody knew better. No doubt about it. Miss McGriz was a witch for sure. Just after dark, a pirate, a skeleton, and a wicked queen from Snow White came for Brother and Sister. They were Freddie, Lizzie, and Queenie, of course, and together they ventured out into the darkness with their trick-or-treat bags. That is a good group of costumes. I hope they'll be okay. Before they could get started collecting Halloween goodies, they were joined by some worrisome company. Too Tall Grizzly and his gang out for mischief. Too Tall didn't waste any time trying to get brother, sister, and their friends to go along with him and his gang. Come on, we'll show you goodies how to have some real Halloween fun, he said, pulling Brother along with him. What sort of fun? Asked Brother warily. Oh, you might say we're going to put the trick back in trick-or-treat, he said, chuckling. It was so dark that Brother and the others didn't notice where they were heading. Hey, said Sister, this is Crooked Lane. Those little bear gangs always up to mischief. That's right, said Too Tall. We're going to play a few tricks on old Witch McGriz. What sort of tricks? Asked Brother. Her gnarled, twisted old treehouse loomed ahead. First, whispered Too Tall, taking a roll of toilet paper from his jacket, we'll decorate her house with a little of this. Then maybe we'll tie a few knots in her clothesline. Then smear some honey on her broomstick so she'll stick to it when she tries to fly. That seems a little too mean, even for an old witch. But before Too Tall and his gang could start their mischief, the front door opened and a bright yellow light stabbed the darkness. And there in the doorway stood the frightening figure of old Ms. McGriz. Aha! She said in a gravelly voice. I'm ready for you. Oh, she got him. She then led the terrified cubs into the cozy living room. To their great surprise, there was a big tray of beautiful candy apples, all prepared for Halloween visitors. Mama was right, whispered Sister to Brother. Miss McGriz is a sweet, kind old person. The cubs thanked her for the beautiful apples and went about the rest of their trick-or-treating business. Wow! You never skip out on the old grandmas. They give out great treats. Later that evening, brother and sister were at home looking over all their treats that they had collected. The beautiful candy apples stood out, and Papa asked where they came from. From Miss McGrizz, answered brother. From that scary-looking old grouch puss that lives down Crooked Lane, said Papa. That's right, said brother, taking a delicious bite of his candy apple. You must really try to remember, Papa, said sister, giving her apple a little lick. Appearances can be deceiving. Well, looks like Papa learned a lesson too. And even more stickers. Well, there we have it. One story down and a few more to go. I hope I will see you next time. And we'll just have to see what costume I can find.